Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, or what have you. The Sports Report is on the air with my friend Gary Patterson. We're here to talk about the Patriots, the Red Sox.
Yeah, a lot going on, as always.
Yeah,
Boston.
as always. So pick your poison, partner.
Well, we can start with the Patriots, right? They've played
Let's-
one, as we tape, they've only played one game. Their
Now,
opening game.
I haven't refined my template here yet.
Okay.
However, I got all the facts and figures, so why don't we make our picks?
Okay.
We'll do that. Thursday night game is Baltimore, 1-point favorite against Cincinnati at Cincinnati.
Yeah, I got Baltimore there.
All right. Whoops. I had this thing open. Baltimore. I alluded to the fact that I picked last week's for fun. My best bet,
Yeah.
Cincinnati.
Did they cover?
They won.
Don't get used to it.
I'm gonna go Cincinnati again.
Okay.
Andy
ride the-
Dalton is
ride
my
the hot
new
hand.
my new hero.
Right, the Marvin Lewis hot hand.
In spite of Marvin Lewis. Sunday, Washington at home, 5.5 over Indianapolis.
Washington.
Wash is right, and that's me too.
They looked pretty good last week.
Now, I tell you what, Indy didn't look too good.
No, they didn't.
Atlanta at home, 5 over Carolina. Now, Carolina won,
Yeah.
and Atlanta didn't. And
Yeah.
Atlanta is a 5-point favorite
At home,
Atlanta.
at home,
yeah.
I'll take Atlanta.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get the game in with the Hurricane.
Carolina kills me all the time, and I can't wait for my first kill of the year.
Yeah.
I'm going to play Carolina.
As we're also talking right before the hurricane hits, I wonder if Carolina's, are they already there?
Well, no,
Did they get out of Dodge?
You know, I'll be willing to bet you they have this
Yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Said, we got to get out of here.
Yeah,
Because that thing's supposed to hit after midnight.
yeah.
Or
so we're taping on
tomorrow
Wednesday,
morning.
and
Yeah.
it's going to hit sometime
Thursday.
tomorrow.
Yeah. Mercy. All right. We have, now this is a interesting pick. Green Bay at home. 1 over Minnesota.
Wow,
Yeah.
that'll be a good game.
Yeah, that's your toughie for the week, I think.
Yeah, I'm boy, I'm going to take Green Bay at home.
My heart says Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is going to play. I'm going to take Green Bay too.
Yeah,
Although,
it's a toughie. Minnesota, I don't think Cousins is there yet, though,
no,
right?
no.
It's only the second game. If it was the 6th game or 7th game,
Yeah, I think so. But Minnesota's got a good defense.
they do. They're a good team.
Um,
They are definitely a good team.
Now, here's another one that's a bit of a sticky wicket. L.A. Chargers. L.A. Chargers at Buffalo. All right. So,
And the Chargers would be favored.
7.5.
Chargers are favored by 7.5
Yep.
at Buffalo.
L.A. Chargers, 7.5 at Buffalo.
Buffalo was a playoff team last year.
Yeah.
Which still shocks me. But, but they did.
Buffalo-
They snuck in there last week.
Buffalo
was a quick
has
exit, but-
shot themselves in the foot.
I know they
with
have.
Quarterback. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on up there.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm taking them. I'm taking those points.
You can take Buff, huh?
7.5 points.
Okay, I'm going to go with the Chargers. I don't see how Buffalo is going to survive with 3 duds for quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's a problem. But
Tennessee
I'm rooting on the Buffalo
fans.
fans.
Maybe some rain and some
Unfortunately,
snow.
it's September instead of December, right?
December is a different
And
time.
you can bet the LA Chargers are glad they're going to Buffalo in
better
September
believe it.
instead of December.
Yeah, that's quite a difference.
Yeah.
Tennessee at home against Houston. Off the board.
Off the board. Who got hurt?
Don't
Oh,
know.
Mariota.
Oh,
It was
Mariota. Yeah,
And the latest word is that he's playing. That's what I heard today.
good. I'll tell you, maybe we ought to play this as just even money.
Even money, pick
Yeah.
'em.
We'll call it a pick.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna
it's-
I'm gonna pick Houston.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Tennessee.
Okay. Pittsburgh at home, 5 over Kansas City.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, is right.
it's early in the year. I'll take Kansas City.
You know, Mahomes threw 4 touchdown passes? Yeah.
The kid's for real.
Me too. I'm going to do that too. Pittsburgh, certainly. I mean, a
Hey,
tie with the Browns.
Yeah.
That was the Browns' best opening day since 2004.
I believe it.
A tie.
Yeah.
And
Block
that's-
field
that's
goal.
the best
Typical Brown.
Pittsburgh-
Block field goal
Yeah,
at the
that's
end
the
to win
best
it.
Pittsburgh could do. Here's an interesting one. Miami, 1-point favorite at the New York Jets.
Huh.
Now, the New York Jets,
Ripped up.
I mean, they looked like Super Bowl bound.
Yeah. Tough start for Matt Patricia.
Yeah, yeah.
They just got annihilated at home against the Jets. What are you
I think
kidding me?
Matt might be a good defensive coach, but
Yeah,
let's see how he
that-
puts the whole thing together.
That was the worst possible start for him.
Yeah.
His first game.
Believe it or not, I mean, I hate the Jets, but I got to play them.
I'm going to take Detroit.
You're a brave man. Going into the lion's den, and you're going to do it anyway.
I don't think the Jets can do that again.
Probably not.
They're just as liable to have 4 fumbles next week.
That's what happens with young quarterbacks.
Yeah. They're not a good team. They can't
Yeah.
play like that week after week, or they'd be a good team, and they're not a good team.
The home of Philly Steak and Cheeses, the Philly Eagles are 3-point favorites at Tampa Bay. I think this is going to be a long season for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, they won last week.
I know they did.
They put up a lot of points with, what's his name, the kid from Harvard,
Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick, because the other clown's suspended
Yeah, yeah.
for assaulting an Uber driver.
It
So-
just keeps getting better and better.
I don't know who's playing quarterback for him this week. You know,
Probably Fitzpatrick again.
Yeah.
Because the coach said something about just because he's coming back from suspension doesn't mean he becomes the number
Yeah.
one.
and
So-
you know, Fitzpatrick, his MO has always been he shows up, he's okay for a little bit, and then he falls back to earth.
Yeah, it
Right?
happens. Yeah.
So this is only his second game. He had that magic game in game 1. Is it a 2-week window on that?
It's at home,
It's
but Philadelphia.
Yeah. It's Philly, and they're pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Philly.
You know, I think that's a wise choice. I really do, and I'm going to do it too. New Orleans at home, 8 points over Cleveland.
Yeah, New Orleans.
It's kind of a no-brainer, huh?
Should be 8. They should cover 8 points in the first quarter.
Rams, LA Rams, a powerhouse, at home, 10.5 against Arizona, who I think may be in the run for the worst team in the
Yeah,
league.
they might be. They looked awful last week.
I don't see how I could possibly bet against LA.
Yeah, I got to
10.5
take
's a
LA.
lot of
It's a lot of
points,
points to lay, but
Arizona is not a
yeah,
good
I'm
team.
with you on that one.
Going to go with LA?
Yep.
San Francisco at home, 3-point favorites over Detroit.
Wow.
Detroit had a rather inauspicious.
It was awful.
Yeah.
They got beaten as Bill likes to say, in every phase of the game.
And you know what? I think they can do it this week also out in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And I really think that if a couple of breaks had gone a little bit backwards, that San Francisco could have won that game.
Yeah, they could have actually.
I'm going to go with San Francisco.
Yeah, I am too,
I'm a
actually.
big Jimmy Garoppolo fan.
I am too.
That'll go down as one of the Patriots' worst moves, I think.
It could. We won't
The
know for-
Pats,
Yeah.
2-point favorites over Jacksonville, at Jacksonville. Now, Jacksonville has corralled and signed up in a long-term contract the man that is described as the worst starting quarterback in football,
Yeah.
old BB.
Yeah. Well,
But he's got physical
see, the
ability.
thing is, yeah, this is not a game the Patriots have to win. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
This is a game they should win, however.
They should win it, but
By the way, in all fairness and in all honesty,
yeah.
in my little mental game I played last week, I picked Houston.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, ask me how I made out.
Yeah, I know.
I was only 1 point off.
Ended up being close.
Yes, it did.
After it looked like it wasn't going to
Yeah.
be close.
When we talk about that game, the Patriots defense marginalized Houston.
The quarterback,
They
yeah.
really did.
They ran on us, so.
They did, but you know what? We were dropping guys back to stop
Yeah.
the pass.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have run through a couple
No,
of
I
those
thought
holes.
I was really, the defense was definitely a good thing in that game, right?
Boy,
I mean,
was it ever.
It was a pleasant surprise. It was better than, I think, defense they played in any game last year.
Do you know when you pressure Blake Bortles,
Yeah.
now he either panics and he throws the ball into the ground, or else he runs for 37 yards.
Well,
I think the Pats will pressure him.
yeah.
I'm going to go with the Pats. Talk myself into it. Mainly because Blake Bortles, I think, is.
They get
I'm
to
not
it.
sure he's
That was-
the worst starting.
That was one of the
quarterback.
best parts of the Patriots' first game was how the D line played. They were actually getting pressure on the quarterback, rushing
Yeah,
four.
Yeah.
They never did that last
And
year.
they held the pocket.
Right. And then when they did bring other guys, they were getting through.
Yes.
You know,
I think Van Noyes
So-
had a good game too.
he did. Probably the best game I've seen him play.
Yeah.
He was flying all over the place.
He's an athlete, and I think he's finally starting to
Yeah.
use his head. Maybe the game is slowing down
Yeah.
for him. But
I think he's improving, right?
yeah,
I mean,
oh,
his kid,
no
he's
doubt.
still only 25 or something,
yeah.
right? So, those middle round picks that, takes 2 or 3 years,
Man,
all of a sudden they're players.
this Jawan, whatever his name
Bentley.
is. Yeah.
51,
5-year, 5th-round pick.
5th round pick from Purdue.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, Pats and Jacks.
Yeah. I'll take the Pats. I don't feel good about it, though. It's like,
I know it. We're playing with our heart
Like
and
that.
not our heads.
Yes, we
and that's what happens every week with
Yeah.
the Pats.
because I think with my head I would pick Jacksonville.
You
Because
think so?
the Patriots don't really need the game. Does it really matter to them? No.
Well, now here's
Now,
another.
Jacksonville, the Patriots knocked them out of the playoffs last year.
Well,
They're
now,
going to see them again.
We've got another X factor.
This game, to me, I don't care who wins this game in September. I care who wins the game in January, because
January,
we're probably
yeah.
going to cross paths in January.
Yeah. And we get another X factor. And that is that if the hurricane does what it says it's going to do, they're
Yeah.
going to have plenty of rain for this game on
Yeah.
Sunday. So I know, like in horse racing, we look at mudders.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a mudder here on
I don't
either
know.
team.
I
I
mean-
don't either. But you know what? I go
probably
through
will
the
get
same
some,
thing.
though.
I want to root for the Pats.
Yeah.
So I play them. But
Yep.
Denver at home 4.5 over Oakland. Now here's a game that I really don't give a darn who wins.
Yeah,
Denver at home is a tough.
it's a tough place
Tough
for
deal.
Gruden to go in and win.
Yeah. And I don't really see where Gruden has put together a powerhouse here. I think
No.
he's got some more
It's
rebuilding.
gonna take a little
do.
while.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Denver.
Yeah, I am too. I'm not crazy about the 4.5. I can see them winning by a field goal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Well, I can see Oakland making mistakes too.
Yeah.
Denver, Mile High is a tough place.
It's a tough place to win.
Yeah.
Even when they're not that good, it's a
I know
tough
it.
place
Yeah.
to win.
The crowd is screaming. And Dallas at home, 5 points over the New York Giants.
That's interesting. 5 points.
Yep.
I'm not impressed with Dallas.
Now, see,
I'm not overly impressed with the Giants either, but
No. I really like Zach Prescott.
yeah. He's okay. It's
and-
a big year for him to step up and
It
really
is. It
show
really
that
and
he
truly
is
is.
an elite level.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure he is yet.
He is an athlete.
He makes plays. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
You know.
There's a little bit of Blake Bortles in him too.
Yeah.
But you know what? Is this his third full year as a starter?
Yes.
Yeah. So he's still young yet.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to go with Dallas.
Dallas
I
lost
really-
last week, right?
Yeah.
So they're coming home.
Yeah. In fact, they get their butts kicked last week.
They're going to be sky high for this game.
I think so too.
Yeah, I'll take Dallas.
I think Jimmy Jones is probably going to have a word or so to say to them too.
Yeah.
Now we got a Monday night game here that.
Is that last one the Sunday night game by chance?
Yes,
Oh,
on TV.
okay, good.
Now, in case somebody challenges me to a marathon checkers game, I would take that over this game.
Is that
Sunday
Monday,
night.
Monday night?
The Chicago Bears
Oh boy.
at home, 3.5 over Seattle.
The Chicago Bears at home, 3.5 over Seattle.
Now they figure, the gamblers figure, home field is worth 3.5. So this thing, if it were played on a neutral field, would be
Even.
a pick'em.
Yeah.
Seattle is probably, you've got probably 3, 4, 5 teams in the league that are extremely poorly coached. And Seattle's one of them.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll,
It's-
I swear to you, they could probably put a house plant out there and it
Yeah.
would do less damage
I
than
think
he
you're
does.
probably right.
And you'd think they'd wake up and fire him, or has he got a 100-year contract?
Yeah, this is probably his last year, but
In Chicago, it's just been miserable.
well, Chicago's
while.
been miserable. They fell apart against Green Bay, right? They had the 20-0 halftime lead, gave it up. Rodgers, right?
Yep.
They got the kid quarterback, Trubisky, right? Who, looks like he's young. He looks okay. So, give me that line again.
3.5 Chicago over Seattle in Chicago, in the Windy City.
Yeah, 3.5. Russell Wilson's healthy, right? I'm going to take Seattle to go in there and win. I'm counting on Russell Wilson.
You know,
He's healthy.
if we look at playmakers, I can see playing Seattle, but every time I play them, they hang a stinkeroo out there.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're madly inconsistent.
yeah.
In the last couple of
I'm
years,
going
no
to do
question about
something
it.
that makes no sense. I'm going to play the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, the Bears at home. If the Bears fans are getting excited.
The monsters of
Yes,
the
they
Midway.
lost, but they got the young. They think they got the quarterback, so they know they're not going to win this year, but they know a year or two. And they were talking the other night, I believe, that they're going to have a ton of cap space in the off season
Yeah,
to make moves for next year.
yeah.
So Trubisky, let him develop, keep him healthy,
Protect them.
protect them for this year.
Yep.
You're not going to make the playoffs, and you build your team.
Yeah.
Because you got your quarterback. That's
Early in the season, some enthusiasm. Who knows?
So yeah.
All right, then we've done it.
Okay,
I shall
good.
put this thing into a template, and we'll look professional next week.
All righty.
Now, survey shows the Patriots are still the top draw in New England.
Okay.
It's still a football town. The Patriots earn 47% of the vote
Okay.
among the teams. That's down from 51. Now, the Red Sox checked in at second, 30%. 47 for the Pats and 30.
And what
for
was
Red
the
Sox.
question?
The question is, what's the favorite team in New England?
What's your favorite team?
Yeah, 16,000 fans were polled.
Okay.
And
Celtics came in third?
you're right. But they only got 14% of the vote.
Yeah, the Pats and the Sox are dominating right now.
Yeah, they are.
And it is the off season.
And the Bruins, 8. Used to
Yeah.
be a hockey town.
Yeah, the Bruins should be concerned by that. This is kind of a big year for them.
You're right, but as long as they're banging out,
Yeah.
I'm sure they don't really care. Their ratings are pretty good on NESN,
Yeah.
too.
Well, they're an interesting. The Bruins are an interesting young team
They
too.
are an interesting young team.
They got a lot of young
And
talent.
you know what? We can't judge anything because they're over in China.
Right.
And it's the middle of September.
Yeah.
So we got a ways to go yet. We'll spend a half a show on the Bruins.
Yeah.
There are some players. I thought yesterday when they announced they traded McQuaid.
Yeah.
You know, I love McQuaid.
Yeah.
He wears his heart right on his sleeve.
Tough guy.
Tough guy. But, number one, they weren't going to use him.
Right.
Number two, it would have been horrible to see him cut. But, so what they did was they traded him, and his $2.5 million
Yeah.
salary, $2 million off the
The cap.
cap,
Yeah.
and he's going to a town where he's going to play.
Yeah. And they're going
And-
to love him when he kicks the crap out of people.
That's right. And he can do that.
And he's one of the very few players that there's a bang up in the corner. People turn around ready to go, and they see McQuaid, and they just
Well, that's
they want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
You see the shoulders go down, they start skating backwards. They're yapping at him,
Yep.
but they're going the other way.
Now, Miller's a pretty tough kid,
Miller's a tough kid
and he's
too.
a good fighter.
So
But-
that's my question. Will there be a Miller-McQuaid showdown in Madison Square
the
Garden
old
someday?
friends.
Just
I
for
don't-
fun.
I don't think so.
Just for fun.
But I thought that was a good deal. Now, the Bruins they had 8 veteran defensemen.
Yeah, they've got a number of them.
So you got 7 veteran defensemen, and they picked up a defenseman from New York that's like 30 years old.
Yeah.
And he's got a $600,000 if I play in the majors, $300,000 if I play at Providence contract.
Okay,
So
a two-way.
he'll be
Yeah.
down at Providence.
Yep, depth.
Yeah, he won't sit in the press box and get
So the
600.
question is, do we really have a really solid top four?
Well,
Because I know we got a lot of
I-
5s and 6s.
I think we do. And the point I'm trying to get to here, I have to spend a lot of words before I finally get to. We get a lot of young defensemen that are knocking on the door.
Yeah.
I think this is a great move.
Yeah, clear the space for them. Yeah.
That if we get an injury or two or something, we can bring the kids up.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at them rather than bring this 30-year-old guy
I
up who
agree with you.
everybody has seen his act. I mean, he'll come up when
If they're 2 or 3
if there's-
defensemen
yeah,
down,
Yeah,
you know?
that's exactly
Yeah.
right. But Zobril and a couple of these other kids they got,
Yeah.
we need to see them.
I agree with that.
Yeah, they're 3 years in the system now. And,
Because that's what they did with some of the forwards last year, and it worked out quite well.
and by the way, we get probably a pretty deep system now.
Yeah.
We want to be able to trade any of these kids. Let's get them up here for a dozen games or so and have the league see, hey, you know what? This kid looks all right.
So the question is, where do you think the team really is? Because you have not only the young assets to trade, but now you have like $5 million in cap space
You
that
do?
you could acquire another, a pretty good player if
Yep.
you had a team that wanted to move money and
I think so.
you position
know,
yourself. And as long as it wasn't a long-term commitment, who cares?
I think a cut down time.
Yeah.
I think teams are going to have this marginal kind of guy. he's making 3.5. I can't send him to the minors. I'm not going to eat that kind of money. But, we get 2 kids that really need to play ahead of this guy.
Yeah.
If this guy is still functional, and if the Bruins picked him up for a year, and he scored 18 goals and
Right.
had a +8,
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense.
Top 6 forward, right?
There you go.
Yeah, you got a
There
top
you
6
go.
forward.
Probably number 6.
You know?
But,
Or a top 4 defenseman. Either one.
yeah.
I mean, is Chara
well, you're
going to
right.
finally show some cracks? I mean,
You keep saying that about I hate it when I have a mental block like this. But
It happens.
Brady.
yeah.
Yeah. By the way, there was an interesting thing on talk radio today.
Okay.
The EEI has Tom E. Curran.
I know who
They've
you mean.
signed
Yeah.
him on as their football.
The football guy. Okay. Yeah.
And he said, and I thought this, now I think he's pretty well connected. I think. Who knows?
To the 8th degree, any of them are.
I mean, that's, like the CIA in there,
Yeah.
But he said, if Brady plays next year, it will be in another city.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
You don't believe that?
Nope.
He says that he gets the feeling that Brady wasn't happy with the way his contract was handled.
Well, that could be.
And maybe I'm at the point now in my career, I've done it all. I want to play again, but the hell with it. I'm going to play someplace else.
Right.
I
so
don't know.
he would be, if he were going to do that, he would want to be very selective and, he would want to win, right?
He's a free agent next
He's not going to Buffalo.
No.
He's not going to wherever. So at the end of the day, I think not. Does he feel underpaid? He should. Mm-hmm. When you see what these quarterbacks are making, they're all making much more than him. We're talking millions more than him.
Tell me something.
And they're not even
Tell me something.
in his zip code.
If he goes free agent, and I don't think he will.
I don't think he will either.
But let's just say for fun he does.
Yeah.
Would the Jacksonville team offer him a Gigundo contract for a year?
They should. 2
And
years. 2 years. 2 years,
because
$50 million.
they're close.
Yeah.
They're close. They're a quarterback away from winning.
2 years,
You know,
$60 million.
There's probably a couple more teams that are close and are a quarterback away from winning. But they're the one that jumps out at me.
See, to Brady, though, I really don't think it's about the money with Brady.
I don't think so either.
He's
I
got
think
so
it's
much
his,
money.
I think it's his pride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is, too. He just wants to be stroked a little bit.
And don't we all?
And acknowledged.
Yeah. Don't we all?
Right.
By the way, Dennis Eckersley was voted the favorite television play-by-play or color analyst for the 3rd year in a row.
He's got my vote.
He is really...
He is the best.
He's my boy.
Yeah.
Mike Gorman, or Dave O'Brien was second.
Okay.
Eck got 25, O'Brien got 22, and Mike Gorman got 14.
Okay.
Mike Gorman is a darn good announcer.
Oh, he is. He's been there a long time.
Other than that, it kind of just drops off into nonsense. Oh, here's one you'll really enjoy hearing about. Richie Incognito.
Yes.
Everybody's favorite offensive lineman was bonded out of an Arizona jail recently. After being arrested on charges, he threatened to shoot employees of a funeral home a day earlier.
Really?
Yeah.
A funeral home?
Yeah. Police in Scottsdale said Incognito had been booked on suspicion of misdemeanor charges of threats and disorderly conduct and was posted a $20,000 Bond. They said he was at the mortuary to make arrangements for his father, who died last weekend. He then reportedly was upset with the staff and began to damage property inside the business and shout at employees. At several points during his contact with the staff, Incognito threatened to retrieve guns from his vehicle and return and shoot the employees.
Wow.
And they searched his pickup truck.
Yep.
Yep. Now, do you think he had candy bars and potato chips in there? He had 2 Glocks, 3 rifles, and a silencer for the Glock.
Really? A silencer?
Yeah.
Wow. Richie.
Witnesses, this is good, witnesses at the funeral home told police that Incognito wanted them to cut his dead father's head off for research purposes, and Incognito punched caskets, threw pamphlets, took an urn from his shelf and slammed it down on top of the casket. Does
Wow.
that sound like the Richie that we knew and loved?
Yeah.
It sounds just like him.
Sounds like roid rage to me.
Do you think that Richie might have been fired up on something?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And he's a big man.
Yeah. He's a psycho.
All right. I've fed you easy stuff. I'm sick of it.
All right.
I got something for you.
Okay.
1960.
Yeah.
Yes. The AFL was born. Mm-hmm. Name the 8 AFL teams.
Oh my goodness. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. The Boston Patriots.
Yep. Bingo.
The New York Jets.
No.
New York Jets. Were they the Titans?
Titans.
Titans. New York
All
Titans.
right. I'll give you that credit.
Yeah. Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
Kansas City Chiefs. Weren't they in there?
No.
They weren't?
No. There's a story behind that. The ownership, yes, but they were located in another city.
Oh. Where were they? Oh my goodness. I can't remember where they were. I almost want to say Fort Wayne, but I don't think it was
Houston
Fort Wayne.
Oilers.
Houston Oilers. Yeah.
And then they moved up to Kansas City.
Yeah.
Bud Adams owned them.
Okay.
And out west,
Yeah. San Diego. Right?
no,
The Chargers weren't on there? Or they were somewhere else?
Los Angeles. They're the LA Chargers.
Oh, that's right. They were originally the LA Chargers.
Yeah.
Going back home.
Now you get 2 easy ones.
Denver.
Yep. One more
And-
easy one.
Baltimore. Nah.
Out west.
Yeah, out west. I said Denver.
Very colorful owner. Wore
Raiders.
sunglasses all the time. Oakland Raiders.
Yeah.
And one more that kind of went defunct and moved around.
Defunct and moved around. I don't know.
The Dallas Texans.
Dallas Texans.
That was it.
Wow.
The
The AFL.
The old AFL.
Yeah.
By the way,
Were they worried about making payroll?
while we're still on football here, I have this Gilmore Happier second time around.
Well, that's nice.
And I wrote on here, was Bill B. right? Gilmore versus Butler?
Well, we'll see. Gilmore has looked well. He played great in the preseason. He looked.
This guy is one heck of an athlete.
I mean,
And look
yeah.
at this, by the way. Look at what's on his face. A smile.
A smile. Yeah.
He's seemingly quite
Yeah.
a good team guy.
Yeah.
I think he's a heck of an athlete.
It's really interesting when we talk about Butler because they kept a lot of corners, more than you would expect. I think they kept 7 of them.
Yeah.
And they got a couple of these kids, right?
McCourty's brother.
They kept McCourty's brother. He may play some safety. We'll see. But they kept a couple of kids. One was like a 6th or 7th round pick. Another kid was an undrafted free agent. The kid that had the 2 picks, TJ, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Played great in that 4th preseason game. Broke up some passes and picked off 2 balls.
How come Belichick can find these guys?
I don't know. I mean, time will tell, right?
Time
We'll
will
see.
tell. But
how Malcolm, and we'll see how.
he really finds
Right.
these kids. You know what it is? He knows so many bloody coaches.
Yeah.
And the coaches love talking to him.
Right.
You know, coach,
Well, yeah.
here's a kid right here that could make your team. And if he values that guy's input,
Yeah.
he follows that kid.
Yeah, I think that's true.
It's interesting. Well, all right.
He
The
loves
Red
those
Sox.
late round picks. Under the Sox, yeah.
How about that?
They're
huh?
rolling. Rolling with a capital R.
Well, I get some bad news for you.
Okay.
Ex-WWE star Jim the Anvil Neidhart passed away.
Oh, he did?
Yep.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So you don't have the old Jim the Anvil to kick around anymore. And officials ponder the future of McCoy Stadium.
Yeah.
That deal, I don't think, is a lock yet.
Yeah.
Because according to what I hear from some of the people, this deal up in Worcester, this field that they're talking about, is full of pollution. They're going to have to go down mucho feet,
Huh.
take the dirt out, send it out, wash it,
Yeah.
bring it back, and then test it again in place. And if it fails again, pull it all back out again and go
Is it
through
a
it
super
again.
fun site?
Yeah,
know?
I think. Well, no, I don't think it was a Superfund site, but it was a heavily polluted industrial site. And what
This
they're
is starting
saying,
to sound like the Patriots moving to Hartford.
exactly.
Yeah.
But anyway, so some of the folks down in Pawtucket are, especially a couple of guys that know a few of the politicians. One guy in particular. This may not work.
Not
this
quite
whole
a done deal yet.
Because if the Red Sox say, well, wait a minute now, you're selling this, the state is involved, and now all of a sudden I'm looking at $31 million of mediation
Yeah.
of the soil? I ain't going to do that.
Yeah. Right. That changes the numbers.
I don't think the Red Sox, I don't think that the state of Massachusetts is going to come riding in on the white horse and save it.
No.
At all. So anyway,
No,
we'll
but the
see.
question is there federal cleanup money?
Yeah, I don't think there is because they're not talking about using it.
So, but
We'll
the Red
see.
Sox aren't going to take that risk. I mean, if it's an environmental issue,
They should walk away from it.
yeah.
Yeah. But they are so committed to building that new. Lucchino wants that
Yeah.
as his final triumph. Another beautiful stadium by Larry Lucchino. So, I got a couple of other good things here for you. Well, do you know who Matt Stoney is?
Stoney?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, Matt won this year's donut eating championship by
Did he?
eating 48 donuts in 8 minutes.
48 donuts
Yeah.
in 8 minutes.
Yep. Now, I
So-
like donuts,
so
but
that's
my
like-
limit's 2.
So that's 6 donuts a minute.
Yeah.
So that's a donut every 10
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah.
He ate a donut every 10 seconds.
He's quite the guy.
Jeez. How do you even do 10 seconds? Donut, 10 seconds later, another donut.
Yeah. Keep on going.
How many did he do?
48
40?
in 8 minutes.
4 dozen.
4 dozen.
Give me 4 dozen donuts.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat them in the next 8 minutes.
Well,
One every 10
Well,
seconds.
true confessions here, folks. I would be a lot slower because I like the plain donuts,
Yeah.
and I cut them in half, and I put peanut butter on the ends, and I eat them.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds
so
like a good idea.
it would be a lot slower for me to wolf
Yeah.
down 48
Your 48
of those.
donuts? Yeah.
As Eduardo Nunez's knee has gotten healthier, his all-around play has really, I think, been picked up a lot.
It has. He's playing. He's doing his job, right? But I'm not a huge fan. He doesn't walk enough. You know, the guy hits like 268, has an on-base percentage of like 280. You know, it's really hard to walk him. And you know, I don't like him at second.
No,
but
he's,
he's
a,
playing
he's
third,
a third baseman.
and he's good. He's okay there, defensively. Okay?
He's got to be there, and they have got to tell Raphael, listen, you're a kid.
Yeah.
We can't afford the mistakes. We have to win games.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be on the World Series roster.
I don't
the
know
way
if that's
it's gonna
true or
be.
not. You know,
Well-
I think there's a spot for both of them.
I think Phillips is going to be on
Almost, yeah. And there's Phillips.
there. A Gold Glove, 37 years old.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how
yeah,
they do
how
that.
they do it.
And what they do with the bullpen, obviously. 'cause
and
that's a
you've got
problem.
to win the playoffs in the World Series. You can't worry about a kid being heartbroken because he didn't get on the roster.
No.
You know, there's such a thing called tough love. They have to say, we love you, but tough. You got to sit over there and watch it.
Yeah, and I think Cora will do that if that's what he
Yeah,
concludes.
because I'll tell you what, his arm is getting more erratic with every
Yeah.
game. Jeepers. All right, now I got to pile on against myself here. If you recall, during the offseason, I was all for signing Eric Hosmer.
I do recall that, yes.
Yes. Eric signed a very nice contract. I think it was around 18 and a half mil a year, and I think he got like 6 years or something like that. They signed Moreland instead, and I said, uh-oh, bad move.
Yeah, 2 years
Okay,
for Moreland, right?
Hosmer is hitting 252. Moreland, 247.
Pretty close.
Each one has 15 home runs. Hosmer has 61 RBIs, and Moreland has 66.
Wow.
So it's a dead heat.
It is a dead
It
heat.
is. And guess what? Moreland is, I think, getting 5.5 or 6.5 mil a year.
Yep.
So I was wrong.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
Hosmer, he probably got 18 a year is probably the market for him. You know? I mean, he's a good player.
He
right?
is, but-
A guy who's going to play, 12 years and he's going to be a 3-time All-Star kind of guy.
321 he hit in his walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's
252.
a pretty good first
He's
baseman
good first
defensively.
baseman. Yeah, not Gold Glove, but not a schlub either.
But Moreland's pretty good too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
And
I
he's
would
not
say
Gold Glove either.
Hosmer I would rank defensively above Moreland.
Yeah.
But they're both okay.
Yeah.
It's not Manny playing over there.
All of the pitches that I have looked at this year, 2 of them jump out at me.
Pitchers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tampa Bay's Matt Snell
Yeah, that kid.
and Philadelphia's
Nola.
Nola.
That kid,
Yeah.
Nola. Wow.
16 and 4, 2.29. And Snell is 18 and 5, 2.04.
Yeah.
And I'm not just jumping on guys with good records. These guys have got stuff.
Tampa Bay in general has been a surprise the way
How
they've come
about-
on. Tampa Bay got off to such an awful start.
How about 15 out of the last 18 they've won?
Yeah.
Holy
Didn't they start
cow.
like 4-19 or something? It was like, oh
That
my
was
goodness.
awful.
It was- yeah.
Paul Goldschmidt. Now, I know you've heard this song
Sure.
before, that I would love to trade for him.
Yeah.
He's still got another year or two. But you know what? Then he's going to walk.
Yeah.
Because he really is only making like about 11 mil a year. Well, if I wish I was making 11 mil.
But,
But-
it's undervalued
but-
to the market.
Yeah, Goldschmidt batting 300, 33 home runs, 82 RBIs. The Red Sox should take a look at what it would cost to get him. Rafael Devers, I'd make that move in a heartbeat. And if
That's
we
an
had to throw-
interesting proposition.
Yeah.
Would
And it-
Arizona listen to that? They probably would.
especially if we threw in a pitcher.
Yeah.
And we got a couple of strong arm kids down there.
Yeah.
They're in Double-A. We also got a couple of power hitters. Chavez and whatever the heck the other kid
I don't know.
is.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Maybe in the lower minors, we got some kids we like. but,
Double-A, yeah.
I mean, we need another year of rebuilding.
Yeah, we do. Oh,
that
no
system.
question. Well, there's another player that I think is going to be a free agent we may want to look at. He's 7-2, when starting and relieving. 7-2, 2.01 earned run average, 98 innings, 81 strikeouts. Clay Buchholz.
Is that right? I know Buchholz has done very well for himself. Good for him.
Yeah. The Atlanta Braves have used 31 pitches. So far
31?
this year.
No
Yeah,
kidding.
they're in first place.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah.
31
Yeah.
pitchers.
That's something, huh?
I don't know. I had 31 pitch. I guess, obviously you do in your system, but 31.
I think last year the highest one was 28 pitches.
Holy mackerel!
And now with the expanded rosters
Yeah,
up
it's
to
probably gonna
40,
go
I mean,
up.
we can get a couple more in there. Travis Shaw, 242, 28 home runs, 77 RBIs, and he's got wrist problems. He hasn't been playing regularly.
Okay. He's kept the power stroke.
Yep. Scooter Jeanette, who I think is a free agent.
I think you might be right about that.
22 home runs, 84 ribbies, and he's hitting .315 and leading the National League in batting.
Huh.
He could be a very attractive proposition for the Red Sox. Because I get news for you. As much as Dustin Pedroia huffs and puffs,
Yeah, he's done.
I think so.
Yeah, I do too. Unfortunately, I think he has like 3 years left.
Make him a deal. Say, we'll give you 2 years' pay right now in cash. Go away.
Yeah,
I don't know,
maybe.
Maybe. Texas is not having a good year.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Their best hitter is hitting .270, and that's Adrian Beltre, and he's as old as you and I.
Yeah, I thought they were going to move him at the trade deadline.
Maybe he didn't want to go.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
I thought he might come here.
Yeah. Best pitcher. Their best pitcher has 11 wins. The next one has 8. And the third, with 7, is Bartolo Colon.
Yeah.
Does that tell you what kind
Yeah.
of shape their pitching staff is in?
Yes, you are a bad team.
Now, we've got...
Which is the problem. There's a lot of bad teams.
Yes, there are. There are.
There's only a handful of good teams
Yeah.
now, and everybody else stinks.
Yeah. Chris Sale, Eduardo Rodriguez, David Price have had the old injury bug this year.
Yeah.
And my son said this to me. Dad, if I were the GM of the Red Sox, every single pitcher that I sign would look like Roger Clemens, John Lester, Kurt Schilling, Josh Beckett, or John Lackey. Big, strong guys.
Yeah.
I think he's got something with Sale. First of all, he's got a herky-jerky motion.
Yeah, that's always been the concern with him.
Yeah, that arm is going to fall right off
Is that going
someday.
to catch up to him?
And maybe it is. Huh?
Maybe it is. We'll see.
Yeah.
Now, I'm hopeful that this is a, kind of a preemptive measure.
Me too.
And
But
he'll
he
be
only
okay.
went the 1 inning.
So, yeah. Then he threw in the pen for a little while. So he signed, I think they have control of him through next year.
Next year. Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah. He's theirs through 1919. 2019. I got the salaries here someplace. Here it is, right here. Chris Sale, 13 through 18, with 19 at a team option.
Okay, well, certainly going to exercise that option.
He's 29 years old, and he's got 9 years in the league.
So he's going to be Lester-esque if they say, we're going to bring him back. We got him for another year, so we'll figure it out after we see him next year.
That's about what it amounts to.
And now it's back to, okay, John Henry, you're putting out $40 million. Could be $40 million a year for this guy. If he's healthy.
Bounces back and
If he's healthy.
Yeah. But if he posts 14 wins and has to have a couple 3-week downtimes,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So the Red Sox really need to be able to make that medical evaluation after this season.
The folks up to Mass General going
Yeah.
to start working overtime on this. Craig Kimbrell, I'm sure, will walk.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about Kimbrel. It's really his control.
It is.
He's lost his control.
Drives me crazy.
He's walking way too many guys. He's walking like four per 9.
Yeah, I
kind
know
of
it.
thing. And-
Scary.
And that's not what you're looking for in a closer, to be walking people.
And
right?
Kelly is.
Kelly's
watching
maddening,
him the other night.
throwing 101, but he can't find the plate.
Yeah,
He
but
has- he has no
sails
idea where it's
about
going.
a
He has
foot
no
over
idea
the
where it's
player's
going.
Heads.
And those rare occasions where it goes over, he does well. But, that's the thing. As we've talked before, their bullpen. I don't see how they win the championship, win the World Series with this bullpen,
Do you know what? I agree with you totally.
right?
they're going to flame out.
Yeah.
I mean, Houston exposed them.
Yeah.
I get a lot of worries with this team. Tyler
Now-
Thornburg.
Yeah.
Listen, you
Terrible.
could put my wife out there and she
Terrible.
could be as good as he is.
Right.
I mean, good Lord.
They give up a handful of prospects for him too, like a bunch.
Ah,
Yeah.
Matt Barnes. Matt Barnes.
Madden.
Now, maddening. The
Yeah.
stuff that he's got, and he's out there. And by the way, the league has caught up to Brian Johnson.
Yeah.
Hector Velasquez is, well, he is what he is.
He is what he is.
He is what he is.
Yeah.
You know, he's depth. He's your 8th starter.
So the bullpen, they have a bullpen like we've talked before that is okay in the regular season. You can get through the regular season with this bullpen because you got a great team, you got some good starters. But once you get into those playoff games where those 7th, 8th, and 9th innings, and the teams that you're going to be playing have good bullpens.
Well, and also what happens when you got to play left, right, left, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can play that once.
So, but it depends on who's in the bullpen, right?
Of course it does. Yeah.
I mean, I'm liking right now Evaldi out of the pen because he can come in the 7th inning and come in and just throw smoke.
Gas. But he certainly didn't look good last night.
No, well, he did for a couple innings. His first 2 innings, he was good. He was just throwing fastballs.
Yeah, but he wasn't getting them over the
And,
plate quite the way I want him to.
Yeah. So anyway, I have a hard time. As good as they are, and they're very good. Can they outmash? Baseball playoffs. It's who gets on a roll, right?
Of course it is.
It's who gets
Who gets hot? Yeah.
And are they capable of just mashing their way to win? Yes,
And do you know
they are.
what? You know what? You know what it comes down to? Pitching and defense.
Right.
Yeah. No
So when
matter
it
how
gets-
much we talk about it.
When it gets to the bullpen,
Yeah. Now, out in Sacramento, California, a group of California co-workers, 11 of them,
yeah,
pooled their money and hit the lottery for $543 million.
wow,
29.1 million each.
is that right? Before
Well-
tax bill,
Most of them said they're going to keep working.
huh?
Now, Gary, I ask you, if you and I hit it for 29 each, would we?
So you got to get taxes, right? So you probably walk away with 17, 18, right?
You know what? I think this might, 29 is after taxes. I think. The group can take 543 mil over 30 or a lump sum of 320.5. 11 into 320.5, I think, is 29 or
Right.
so.
So that's
I think
pretty-
this after
that's
taxes.
pre-tax. I don't know if it's after taxes, but anyway, it's a lot of money.
Oh yeah,
Would
you're
give
right.
you-
I don't know whether it's after taxes either because that's just the cash bank.
Would
out
give
there.
you, more than enough to live rather comfortably. So the fact that they say they're going to work, we'll see.
Yeah,
Maybe they will, but they don't have to.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah, if you get 17 mil in your pocket, you can do whatever the heck you want.
Gary, have you given any thoughts to how we're going to prosecute driving under the influence of drugs?
Not really. I don't know.
How can the Massachusetts legislature, in good conscience, pass a marijuana bill?
Yeah,
And by the way, some of the statistics,
it's Massachusetts.
some of the statistics coming in from the other states
Yeah, Colorado.
was lied about.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they were misrepresented. They're having real problems
Yes,
with
they are.
drugged driving. People are getting killed.
It's the liberal agenda, Bill.
It is. You're absolutely right. JBJ's play of this year has been astounding. Out in the outfield. At
Yeah.
times, hard to believe.
Yeah. Yep.
Boy.
And he's kind of hitting, right? He's up to 230.
Yeah.
Which, considering he was at,
Yeah.
180 a couple of months ago.
The Indy Colts feel that Jacoby Brissett is worth a number one draft choice in a trade.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Let us know how that works out.
You know what
I don't
they
think so.
said? They said, well, who knows? But Belichick might be interested in getting him back.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. He's not going to give him a number one, though.
Andrew Benintendi looks worn down to me.
He could be starting to wear down a little bit. It's a fair observation.
Is it my imagination, or the players have been praising Sandy Leon to the heavens in a way of belittling Christian Vasquez?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
You know, pitchers don't come out and say, you know, the catcher that's catching me over here is the greatest catcher that has ever caught me.
Yeah.
And Vasquez is supposed to be an outstanding defensive catcher. Isn't that a slap in the face?
See, I don't think Vasquez is an outstanding
he's not.
defensive catcher.
No.
He doesn't handle low balls well. And, you know, I'm not sure Leon's as good a defensive catcher as he gets credit for. They can all throw, including Swihart, who's been throwing people out like crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
I think
But
that,
in terms of defensively,
by the way, Vasquez has got a great arm.
yeah.
But he falls in love with the damn
He
thing,
does.
and he starts throwing the ball all over the place. And it looks.
It drives
I
me
don't
crazy
like
how
the
they,
looks
how
of
they,
it, I'll
they all
tell
do
you.
it. They swipe at the balls in the dirt instead of doing what the good catchers do, like Maldonado showed them the other night, catching against them, getting over and getting in position to block the ball.
Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you, there's been some good plays
Yeah.
in baseball this
Yeah.
year. Some smart plays, folks. We just got the sign that we have to wrap it up. So, I've enjoyed being with you.
Yeah.
And if you're not careful, we'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And we've
Never know.
got to give the Bruins a little bit of a shout out.
Yeah, they'll be rolling by then.
But we got the Patriots and the Red Sox to,
Bruins will be home from China.
yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. Did you order any Chinese food for them to bring back?
No,
Oh.
I did not.
Slipped
I'll
up.
take some General Gao's, though.
Oh, I love General Gao's chicken.
yeah.
Oh, great stuff. All right, folks, that's it. We're going to go get some good General Gao's chicken.
There you go.
Take care.